It's the Riot Podcast. I have to apologize to you guys. I've been very unprofessional lately.
For the show today or for like...
Today and yesterday.
Why?
Because I'm wearing this jacket.
Yeah.
And it's got buttons. It's a, jean jacket. It's got these buttons.
Yeah.
And so I've been making all this extra noise, with all the clacking on the desk. And so it's very unprofessional. I should be doing better.
Oh, no, it doesn't bother at all.
No,
Did you
I
notice?
think there's probably people.
Is this leading to something?
I think there's.
Do you have something you're going to say after this?
I'm apologizing.
Oh, this is apology. Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to be, not just to you, not really to you guys, I don't care what you think, but the listener.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because like sometimes if you're we don't wear microphones, we talk into them, but like if you're someone who wears a microphone for your job, if you've ever had someone who wears jewelry and it clangs against it and stuff, you have to realize, you're making more noise with your clothes.
Yeah. So, and, there's just certain things that we need to do to know better on.
You need to roll your sleeves up.
That would look ridiculous. We have a video podcast. People can see me.
Do you want to look ridiculous or sound
Listen,
ridiculous?
You're wearing a Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah. I love it.
He's wearing a jean jacket.
You're wearing a jean jacket with jeans on.
So I'm not going to ruin it by rolling up the sleeves of the jean jacket. That would look foolish.
Sure. Yeah. I wouldn't want you to look a fool.
Hopefully you guys haven't minded or haven't noticed anything.
Also, additionally, nobody can see my legs, so they don't know what kind of tuxedo I'm wearing.
They just know. They can tell.
Are
they
you
can
wearing
just
jeans?
tell.
Yeah,
he's got jeans on.
Jeans. Yep, he's wearing jeans.
Canadian tuxedo. I love it. I mean, I'd like that you embrace the Canadian thing.
Uh-huh.
It makes me happy.
And this is
whenever I
very
walk
in right now anyways.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where are you saying that?
What do you mean?
Where's that coming from?
Like, where have you seen people
Where
wear
have
that?
you seen the jean on jean?
We talked about, this is well established, the coastal cowgirl thing. So this is like coastal Canadian.
For women.
Coastal cowboy.
That's never been a thing.
It is.
Coastal cowgirl is the trend.
So what is the trend for guys then?
That's not that
What
right
am I
now.
missing? What am I missing?
You're not wearing the right things.
What
You're
is
supposed
it
to
then?
be pulling your sleeves up. That's the trend.
Like trendy clothes for guys.
Yeah.
It's not a Canadian tuxedo.
What is it?
It's
I
just
don't know. It's short. But right now it's summertime.
Don't you know?
I don't even know why you're wearing jeans. If you're being honest, you want to see what's in right now? What I'm wearing. Let me stand up here.
shorts.
I'm wearing some chubbies right now. Some shorter length shorts.
Yep.
This is what's in right now for the
That's
boys.
what's popular?
That's what's popular. Yeah, the shorter length shorts. You want like the 6 inchers here.
Uh-huh.
It's like coming back, kind of like what they
To show
used to
off
do
my
back in the day.
thighs.
Yeah, the upper thigh. You want the upper
Yeah.
thigh showing. That's what you
But
want.
then it's weird because you always see the guys that have like the farmer stand from their longer shorts, and it's just like the very, very white leg.
That's why you got to
Yeah.
commit. You just got to go shorts all the time. The
Until
short
you're-
shorts are back. We all should be happy about that.
until your tan line fills in.
Yeah. I always thought it was wrong when like gals were able to wear super short shorts and guys weren't.
Wasn't that crazy? Was it back in
Yeah.
like the 70s or 80s that they just always wore like super short shorts? The
Guys
guys
did?
Yeah.
It
Really?
was awesome. Like my dad and stuff, all of his photos.
Basketball would be so much better. The NBA would be better.
Isn't
if
that
LeBron
crazy,
was
too?
wearing short shorts.
And they're starting to come back around to it too. The shorts and the NBA are getting shorter for the guys.
See, I don't know, because like when we played volleyball and you're practically wearing like not shorts, like they're just so short.
Yeah.
All you did was just like, can we just have anything?
Well, it's different for women.
Yeah.
Why
Because
is that not fair?
Because it's so they go so short. For the
Yeah.
guys, we just want
a little too short.
We just want to expose the thigh
How
a
about
little bit.
some modesty?
Yeah, exactly. We're not doing anything crazy like
Yeah.
you guys are. You guys have it like way up there. Guys just want a little extra breathing room down
know.
here. I just want the thighs to be exposed.
That was not an option. You
Yeah.
weren't allowed to be able to have more fabric, which was unfortunate.
Well, I will get to the short shorts, but see, I don't just feel like the need to wear shorts in here because you know what would happen? And the reason that I'm even wearing this jacket right now is because I would freeze.
yeah,
Think
the
you're cold,
temperature.
Yeah.
Well, you look wonderful. No one noticed the noise.
Mhm.
You can go clang away.
Go cling clong along down the highway,
Back
down the
on
hallway.
into the break room and all that. Enjoy the podcast today. We'll just, let you guys. Do you guys prefer if we give you more info about what's in the podcast, or do you just like this is like bonus content? What do you guys prefer?
I like the
They
bonus
can't answer
content.
right now.
It was more just for the
Like
listeners.
an open-ended one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the way you
Yeah,
think.
so-
8772 radio use where you can text if you'd like to answer that question Nikki just
It's like,
proposed.
do you really wish we gave you a recap so you know what you should be listening for, or you're like, nope, it just surprised me.
I mean, they already clicked on it, right?
it's too
Or
late.
tapped. And maybe it's an accident, but even this might be maybe this will win them over if they accidentally typed it.
What was that term? A happy little accident?
Yeah, right. Maybe that's what this is.
Well, enjoy the podcast. Definitely text and say hi at 877-2-RADIO-U.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
How would you like a little checkup every time you hopped on the pot?
On the pot?
The pot, the toilet.
The toilet. Okay, gotcha.
The throne, some might say.
Great. Yep. Lots of good terms for it.
It's possible now, thanks to a company called Kasana, where what they call the heart seat has just been approved by the Food and Drug Administration. So they are allowed to actually make and use this thing and send it out into the world. It is a toilet seat that can measure your heart rate and oxygen saturation while you sit in
the bathroom?
Do your business. Or you could just go in there. You don't even need to go. It's just like, I want to see how my heart rate's doing.
I wish it could weigh you, because then it could be like your scale.
Oh, you don't want that.
Yeah, you sit down. Can you imagine how horrible? Because like if you stand, you could, weigh yourself very first thing in the morning with less clothes. You just want to get as low of a number as possible.
Yeah.
But I feel like just by force, if you're sitting down,
you think
you're not going to get.
Well, I think you'd have to lift your feet to get an accurate measurement.
Yeah, probably.
So that wouldn't be weird at all.
Well,
I mean, nobody's in there to look at you. So.
I just thought it'd be nice to have one thing that does it all. And if that's your toilet seat, then if it can weigh you as well and do your heart rate, that'd be good.
Well, they do say that they are working on, although it's currently approved to measure heart rate and oxygen saturation, the company is working on adding additional metrics that it can measure.
Health benefits.
They're looking for more like blood pressure, things of that nature that it's going to start to get to. But maybe your dream of being weighed while you're on the toilet could also come true.
It's not a dream, it's a nightmare. And second, aren't you normally, sometimes, if you're sitting long enough in the bathroom, perhaps your body's more stressed? With
could be.
Higher heart rate.
It could be.
And blood pressure, because maybe something's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm just concerned that maybe.
You could see in real time.
Yeah, like that's not the best time to get your health diagnosis.
Well, they also say that they can send it off to
that's even
to
worse.
Healthcare professionals. So
They can study you.
They'd be like, well, you took a lot of measurements yesterday.
Like, what happened?
Yeah. Did you eat something bad? Did you go to Taco Bell? What's going on?
Maybe the tattling toilet is not what we want. Now, this is only approved so far if you're 22 years of age or older.
What does it do if you're 21?
I don't know. I wonder why.
Cannot compute. That's what I picture.
Maybe you have to put your ID in it. It cards you. And then you have to weigh between 90 to 350 pounds for the toilet seat.
Okay. Well, it's now an option. You know, anything to make us healthier.
I guess.
I'm all for it.
I guess I'll let you be the first one.
The guinea pig.
To get the toilet seat.
The toilet guinea pig.
I would never sit down.
You just hover.
Yes,
Can it still sense me?
It probably can.
This is Radio U's worst of the riot.
I don't know if you've seen the craziest hotel story of all time going around recently.
Which one?
The one where in Nashville, a guy was woken up in the middle of the night. One of the hotel guests woken up in the middle of the night. Is that how you say it? Woken?
Yeah.
Awakened.
Awakened.
He was awakened.
There it is.
He was awakened in the middle of the night by somebody sucking on his toe.
I did not see that. Is that a risk?
You didn't see that?
I did not.
Isn't that the best way to wake up, though?
What is wrong with people?
Was it somebody that he was like hanging out with?
No.
Like what?
This was.
Oh, we're talking about a special guest.
No.
It was a special guest. It was
the hotel manager.
It was the hotel manager who the victim in this scenario, the victim of the toe sucking, which is crazy.
Sue for all that you can. This is awful.
He theorizes that the hotel night manager made a copy of his room key. I don't know why he put it that way. He made a copy. He's the manager. He just has keys to all the rooms. He has a master key.
He used the little key machine at the front desk and helped himself to a key to this guy's room.
He snuck into the room and started sucking on the guy's exposed toe.
Gross.
That's what you get for not keeping them under the covers.
You're supposed to put like the deadbolt and all that stuff
Yeah.
just to make sure
well,
no
they
one
have a
can get
little
in.
mechanism, of course, for
I've
that.
eaten brunch at this hotel, so.
No, you
No
have not.
way.
I have absolutely.
Nikki,
it was the
you
Hilton.
probably had your toe sucked.
It was. I didn't stay there. It was the Hilton in Nashville.
She just got free brunch. She's one of those. She just walks
Yuck.
around to hotels and gets free brunch.
So do you think that sometimes people have like foot things?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I
When
think he had a foot thing, yeah.
Well, do you think when
It's
the
called
guy
a foot fetish, if you're wondering.
when the guy walked in, he was like, "Wow," you know, like he really
at that
like,
foot.
Oh, look at
like
the
he
feet
had
on this
sandals?
one.
That is
He for sure had sandals on.
Ugh, so gross.
100% toes had been exposed the whole day.
Yeah.
My question is, too, do you think this guy was giving signs that maybe he did want his toes sucked?
No,
you know, maybe he was giving
no
him the
one-
eyes
no one
before he
is.
went to the hotel room and he was
No.
like,
He made eye contact with the manager and
Yes.
looked down at his toes.
Nope.
you're more than welcome.
Nope. No one was. I'm just afraid. Like, was this happening more often?
That's
no,
what
he
I
just,
was thinking.
He never got caught
I think-
before.
There's a lot of people who just slept right through the toe sucking, is what I have to imagine.
Oh, just thanks for now thinking that this is a concern.
Like, can you imagine waking up and someone just suckling on your toe?
No.
Like, how would you even
Even
react
if it
to
was
that?
somebody you knew.
Yes, anything. If it's a stranger, like you wake up, are you mad? Are you disgusted? What is your reaction to that?
Well, he now is saying that the assault on him, which is what it was, has caused him to have PTSD, trouble sleeping. He doesn't even feel safe in his own home.
See, I
got-
think the crazy part too would be just someone breaking into your room. That would be the
Yeah.
part that would give me the PTSD of like me waking up in the middle of the night and thinking someone was there, the toe sucking or whatever. It's weird.
That's
I don't
another
even,
horrible layer.
Yeah, that's just another thing to go on top of.
Oh, poor person.
I got a solution, though.
What?
You just wear socks to bed.
Nope. Shoes, and you're going to put a piece of furniture in front of
Your
the
foot.
door. No, the door. I don't want the guy breaking in at
I guess that's probably a better idea.
Because I sleep with my feet out, so I don't like them
What
in the
you get.
blankets. So
What
now,
happens?
Now you know to I don't know. Just when you get into your hotel room, you need to double check and make sure that no one else can get in while you're in there.
You think when he woke up, it was like a 40-year-old virgin situation?
From the movie?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bloody nose and all.
Well, I just don't want to think about this anymore. I do not like this. I didn't know this could happen.
Well, now we know.
It shouldn't be able to.
Hilton, I feel like Hilton would be better
This
than
is. They're really upset that you named them in this situation.
Sorry.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
I've got a big opportunity for you guys. You want to join the Canadian military with me?
Oh, the Canadian military?
Yeah, you want to sign up?
Well, I'm not Canadian. I bet you that
That's
is
okay.
a requirement.
Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed.
Yeah.
You can become a permanent resident, and then you can join with me.
So, like in 20 easy steps, I'll be right there with you.
But listen to the perks. I think I can convince you guys that it might be worthwhile. The Canadian military, they have pioneered a new program where they're trying to get more people recruited to be a part of the military. So here's what they're doing. They're offering Canadians and permanent residents between the ages of 17 and 57.
Mhm.
the
That's a wide window.
It is a wide window.
57?
I tell you,
Uh-huh.
They
they're
still
they're
take you
taking
in the
anybody.
Navy?
They're
They will
taking
take anybody. They'll take anybody. And if you join up, here's what you get. You get a $42,000 a year salary.
That's good.
Okay. Is it good?
I will take it.
It's not bad, but when you also have food and living quarters paid for the entire year, all of a sudden, I mean, you do the math on that, that makes it like basically you're probably earning like $200,000 a year.
But do I have to live in their quarters and do I have to eat their food? It's not
Yes,
like they're going to
yes.
reimburse my DoorDash.
You're not getting a stipend now.
I know, okay.
I think they're gonna treat you right though.
Okay.
I don't think it's not like, war times.
It's gonna be
where
cafeteria food for
Nah.
sure.
You've not won me over yet. What else am I getting?
20 vacation days.
All right.
That's
Meh.
pretty good, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
It's more than we have here.
Yep. I mean, well, we're not talking about how great it is here.
And listen to this. A choice of whether you want to be on the East or the West Coast.
Oh, of Canada?
So, yeah, so
All
you get a nice
right.
coastal living situation, all of your food paid for, 20 vacation days. I don't know where you would go, maybe America. And then $42,000 a year.
Yeah.
And after a year, if you're not satisfied with your experience, you can just peace out and go
Now-
back. Literally peace out and go back to whatever else you wanted to do.
I was tempted, but here's more. They say you get to go on a ship.
Yeah, cruise.
I think they're trapping you.
Doesn't sound like a cruise.
So you can travel to different areas.
Travel to different areas.
Whoa. And yeah, you could do a tour if you want.
I think this is an exciting way for me to serve one of my two countries.
You could.
And it's really, it's kind of convincing me a little bit that it might be a good time.
This is like the most average of average jobs. Like, this is just the most normal job in my mind.
Mean?
Like, everything that you said is just sounds like the most normal job ever.
Well, they're not telling you the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, like
this is just what you get.
Like, all the benefits of it just sound like the most average job.
20 vacation days is pretty good.
That's an average job.
That's really good.
That's an average
all of
job.
your food and housing is paid for.
Yeah, but I get that that's like the big bonus thing. But you're only making $42,000 a year.
And
yeah, but what are you going to spend it on? Your food and living is paid for.
You could never leave. Where like in other places, I feel like, oh, I'm kind of done. I feel like I need to move on. And you can walk away from your job. I feel like they'll come get you if you're not able to walk away from this.
It's no, you have a year and then you can just leave.
I'm not lasting a year, is what I'm saying.
No,
are they going to yell at me? They're going to yell at me, aren't they? They're going to yell at me.
I think that's the trouble, is that this is convincing to people like me, and there's a reason that they haven't tried convincing people like me before.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wouldn't be good in the military. I'm not going to do them any favors. They're going to ask me to leave. They're going to say, please go away.
Do you know how
you're not helping our cause?
Your grandparents in Canada would be if you're back and you joined the Marines?
But listen, this actually might not be that bad of a job, because we all know that Canada's not going to go to war anytime
That's
soon.
true.
So you're going to be safe no matter what.
It's probably a little less pressure.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad of an idea, actually.
All right, well, mark it down in case you want to do that.
Yeah.
And you tell us how it is.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Mr. Beast, the #1 YouTuber. Have you heard what he's been doing with a little project he's been working on in recent years?
Is that I usually hear he did the vision one that was big, and then the hearing one.
That was his most recent stunt, was getting hearing aids for 1,000 deaf people.
Yeah.
So he helped them out with that. Although every time Mr. Beast does something like that, there's also people that say that he shouldn't for some reason.
I know. He must have a difficult time, because no matter what he does, it's neither good or there's a lot of people that love him, obviously, but there's always people that just hate him.
What is that saying, that no good deed goes unpunished?
Maybe.
That's Mr. Beast feels like he lives that, because think of the nicest thing you could think of to do, and somebody would say that you shouldn't do it.
People having a problem with it.
But so here's another thing that I think is nice that he's doing, and that is going back to 2018. He has started a project where he has bought up every house in a neighborhood in Greenville, North Carolina, where he grew up.
Yeah.
And his intention is he's got every house on one street. It's 5 houses except for one. And he wants to have his family and all his employees, or at least many of his employees for the YouTube channel, all live there on that street together.
Oh, in the houses?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, but you're never leaving work. So.
I know.
Yeah.
It does sound like it's super
It's a
nice,
trap.
right? It is super nice, but it's also like a little, I can see why people would be uncomfortable with it. But then again, if you're working for him, hopefully you like him.
Maybe you get
hopefully
the
you
house
wouldn't
for
mind
free.
being down the road from him.
That could be good.
That's what I'm assuming, right?
That's if you get fired.
Wow.
You're out.
Yeah, where do you go
If
to
you want to
live?
quit, you're out.
That would be very awkward
You
if
can-
not, if you stayed in the neighborhood.
You can never quit your job, or
Yeah.
you have to also quit your house.
Well, you can go home, but you can never leave.
Yeah.
Well, people are excited because it's modest homes, because obviously this guy has like $54 million, probably more than that. So he could be living in something more extravagant. But the fact that he is spending his money wisely is also something I'm sure people are mad about. To everybody else, it actually seems very nice. And it's in an area that he grew up in, so it helps that area.
He says, or apparently his intention is to buy that last house on the street as well. But the owners of that last home are holding out.
Oh, really?
And according to one of the
more.
neighbors that already sold their house to Mr. Beast, he says that he thinks it's because they have kids in school and it's the best school district in the area.
So they have to wait
and so
it
they're
out.
at least holding out until their kids are out of school, which, I mean, who knows how old their kids are. But Also, I mean, it sounds like I'm assuming also that Mr. Beast is paying a fair amount above market value because he has a special interest in these
Sure,
homes.
it's probably good
Which does make
security.
it sound like he's a villain, but it's just
It does.
It's just where he grew up.
It's probably smart for security wise because then wherever he and a lot of the employees are at, they're all in one area. You can keep that area safer compared to if everybody's spread out.
That
All
could
right.
be.
Do we want a Radio U Boulevard or a?
See, that's
No.
where I don't know if I want you guys to be my neighbors.
I know. I don't want to. I don't think it's probably
But
the
then again,
I for
smartest.
sure don't.
I do want you to pay for my house. So
It's a quandary, isn't it?
yeah, it really is.
I can't imagine, no matter how much money I ever have, I would never do this.
You would never?
I would never share it.
So if your employer gave you a house, you would
Yes.
say no.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if I was Mr. Beast and I had $54 million, I wouldn't be like, who wants some money? No
I
chance.
know what I do. I've got the perfect loophole. Mr. Beast, he bought you. You know, you're working on Mr. Beast Street. You
Actually, what a great show that would be.
all the money you save on not having to pay a mortgage, you Airbnb the Mr. Beast house.
That's great.
And then you
Smart
get a
idea.
regular house somewhere else.
yeah.
And you could Airbnb a house that's a neighbor to Mr. Beast. Think about all the money you'd make.
And it's smart because just envision like if, 10 or 20 years from now, things change in the Mr. Beast world and you want to break up the community.
Yeah.
You could just give away the houses as some big, huge promotion.
Oh, true.
So you could get a lot of money that way.
Boom. It's all perfect.
It's if you think about it, it's actually pretty smart.
The Riot. Radio U.
Should you unfollow your friend's ex after a breakup?
Oh, absolutely.
That's a definite yes.
Absolutely.
Because, I did not just bring this up out of the blue. Obviously, Taylor Swift, maybe you've heard of her, recently went through a high-profile breakup with whoever her boyfriend was. I have no idea who he is. And so a bunch of people have been unfollowing him that are, Taylor Swift's friends to just to get back at him or whatever. So, Nikki, you think that's the right move?
Well, it's not to get back at him, but I feel like if you're supporting your friend, whoever's the closest friend, even if you became the other person's friend as well, who's the original friend, the closest one, and it'd be awkward if you would be seeing things from the ex.
Mm-hmm.
And then you feel like, well, should you tell your friend like what's going on, or it'd just be awkward?
Okay, that's your perspective. That's one person's opinion. Isaiah, what about you?
You know I'm not an unfollower.
You don't unfollow?
I don't even unfollow my ex. I don't even do that. Like if I broke up with somebody, I wouldn't unfollow her.
So wait, is that just lazy?
No, it's not that it's lazy. It's purposeful. I don't unfollow the ex because usually unless my friends do, if my friend unfollows her and then he wants me to, I will. But usually my friends don't unfollow their ex, so then we just all stick around on there.
Doesn't that feel weird?
That feels unhealthy.
I have my best friend's ex on Be Real.
No.
Yeah. Wild.
This just feels like you're just accepting your contact.
Yeah.
I guess
It would feel weird to. I just think it's weird to unfollow because I just don't think it's that serious.
But it's supportive, though.
But is it supportive?
Especially if it's you and your best friend, and your best friend went through a bad breakup with a gal, and you know the saying, Isaiah. Bros before.
Oh, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
so-
think it's not me supporting them. It's just like they've always been on my feed. So I think it's weird.
You just can't
Like,
imagine your feed without them.
If she saw me unfollow, she'd be like, "Why did Isaiah unfollow?"
She
like,
would understand. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's because I broke up with Jimmy."
Yeah, but I don't think it's ever that serious. Like I don't think it's ever that big of a deal.
That means you haven't had or been around that serious of a breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
'Cause
so.
it depends on the situation. If it's a big one, especially if you dated for a really, really long time,
Mm-hmm.
if you're breaking up, you don't want anything to do with the person breaking up with
Yeah,
them.
you
Doesn't
gotta
want
cut it
anything to
off.
do with them. You got to cut it off, and because that could be hurtful for
And
your
then
friend.
if your friend sees that you're still following them, then they're like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're gonna try to scoop up the leftover situation? You can't
You
do
guys are
that."
crazy. These are just like every friend I've had. They all still follow their ex, and I still follow all their exes. All my friends, every single one of them, which is wild for some people to comprehend. But I don't think
It
it's
is
that weird.
wild to comprehend. I don't even know what either of my exes are doing right now. I
Sure.
have like no clue. I don't know what's going on.
Well, go.
Because you unfollowed him. You know if you followed him.
But I don't need to know. I don't care.
Can you imagine if you just suddenly, like 5 years later, started following them again?
Yeah.
Be like, please. So what we're saying is, if you go to the Isaiah's friend school of thought, don't unfollow. But what we're saying is, if you already had, don't go back and follow again, because that's really, really strange.
Yeah, definitely don't go. And
Don't do
go.
that.
Once you commit, you can't be going back and forth because then it gets
It's
weird.
a one-time call. on
Then it
that.
Super
seems as if
strange.
you're trying to pursue them. It makes it weird. You cannot follow if you unfollowed. I promise you that.
We can at least agree on that
Yes.
one.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.